because the brain doesn't know the difference between positive and negative talk. So whatever you speak to yourself, that would always be in your subconscious mind, and then you will start to believe it. Welcome back to another episode here on the Way of Growth podcast. If this is your first time here, I can guarantee you that it's not going to be your last time. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the Way of Growth podcast. We discuss personal development, advancement, and growth. If you're someone that's on your personal development journey and you need a few tips to help you to get by, or you're someone that wants to start your personal development journey and you just don't know how, this is the podcast for you to be at. So if you are someone that's looking to become the best version of yourself, welcome to this podcast. My name is Juliet and I am the host here on this channel. So today we are going to be discussing 5 things that are stopping your personal development growth. What's really holding you back? So let's just get into it. We're not going to skip anything. First things first. The first thing that's holding you back is you. I want you to get a piece of white paper, blank paper, and just write on it in all capital letters, Y-O-U. You are the person, you are the thing that's holding you back. You're going to be number 1 on the list. Because regardless, before we even blame anybody else of what's going on in our lives, we first have to hold ourselves accountable. Believe it or not, we have to hold ourselves accountable for what is going on in our lives. It's a quote that says, you're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your decisions. And I'm not speaking to persons right now who are underage, who probably have no control over their daily lives. I'm speaking to persons who are over the age of probably 20, who have control over their lives and what they do. You are responsible. You are responsible for the way your life is going right now. And I'm speaking to myself as well because I have to hold myself accountable for the way my life is going. It's nobody else's fault. I am the blame. There's another quote that I want to use, and it says, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That quote is from William Henley. I want to interpret what that author probably said. I am in control of my destiny. I am in control of whatever happens in my life. Yes, you may have disappointments. Yes, you may have failures. But it's really not what happens to you. It's how you respond to it and how you deal with it. Because rich or poor, every one of us in life deal with stuff. Every one of us deal with disappointments. The rich deal with disappointments and the poor deal with disappointments. The rich and the poor, all of us have the same amount of time. All of us have 24 hours in a day. And all of us have to deal with whatever life throws at us. But the difference is how you handle it. So I want you to put on that big piece of paper, I am me, Y-O-U, stopping myself from becoming the person that I want to be, and I am stopping my personal development growth. The second thing that is stopping your personal development growth is lack of self-discipline. If you cannot control yourself, you're not going to control the way your life goes. Lack of self-discipline is causing many of us because you cannot control yourself. You cannot tame that beast that is within. It's a scripture that says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. That means that we have control over our physical bodies. The self-discipline that you need to get up each and every day to commit to something, you lack it. You keep saying that you're going to commit, but you choose not to commit. We are all guilty of this. We don't want to be consistent in nothing. And it's not only working out, We don't even want to be consistent in fixing our beds every day. Fixing your bed, that small task every day, that small self-discipline of fixing your bed every day, you'll be surprised how that one little habit will help with bigger habits, bigger healthy habits at that. Not, we don't want any unhealthy habits. You would be surprised. Discipline. Discipline is doing the work even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is doing it even when your emotions tell you, I don't feel like doing this today. Because most of the times, your emotions are going to tell you, I don't feel like doing this. As humans, we act based off of our emotions, off of what the brain tells us. Hey, I don't feel like doing this today. Hey, I don't feel like getting up out of bed. Hey, I just don't want to go this place today. And then we act off of that. But sometimes you got to push your emotions to the side. Sometimes you got to push your emotions to the side and say, I doing this regardless of how I feel. Hold yourself accountable because you lack self-discipline, and that is holding you back. Self-discipline is a major key component in personal development growth. You have to discipline yourself. You then been out twice a week to have a couple drinks, forget it. We ain't going out no more this week because we supposed to be consistently working out. You know you're supposed to be reading 10 pages out of that book every day. Stop turning on the TV knowing that you ain't read those 10 pages as yet. You know that you're supposed to be creating content this week. Stop laying down all day knowing that you're supposed to get up and create content to post on your social medias. You have to put yourself in a point that to say, I doing this regardless. I don't care how I feel today, because a lot of times we could wake up in the morning and it'd be a whole different mood based on how we felt last night. So you have to tell yourself, we getting this done today. I literally didn't want to get up and record this video. I won't even lie to y'all. I wanted to rest, but forget my emotions because I got to get this done. So the third thing that is stopping you from growing in your personal development journey is procrastinating. We all love to procrastinate. Me too. We like to throw it off and say, man, I could do this tomorrow. I could do this another day. We love to procrastinate. But how you know you promised tomorrow? Just throwing it out there. How you know you promised tomorrow? This week I went to see the body of a friend who passed away at the age of 30. And when I looked at him, I told myself, I really have to make every single day count. I cannot waste time. Because we don't know. We don't know. We literally don't know. Don't let procrastination stop you from fulfilling your goals. Don't let procrastination stop you from fulfilling your purpose here on this earth. How much more time you can let pass by? We're already in August. We are already in August. So we got 4 more months to put together what we need to get put together before we enter into a new year, God's willing. What have you not completed that you know that you should have already completed? What have you not done in this year that you know you should have already started working on? Procrastination will stop you from fulfilling all kind of goals that you had planned because you felt like you had so much time. Procrastination will also cause you to miss opportunity because I always say that opportunities will present themselves, but if you ain't prepared, it's not going to present itself to you. Opportunity will not present itself to you if you are not prepared for it. Have you ever seen that when you're working towards something, or say you're working towards buying a new car, you're probably working towards getting a new home, you're probably working towards getting a new job, or whatever it is, you start to see it everywhere. It could be where you're looking through your phone and you start to see it. It could be where you're driving on the road and you end up seeing your dream car. You end up seeing that same car that you're saving towards. And some people may think that that's crazy, but I don't think that that's crazy. Because I believe when you start preparing yourself for something, you start seeing it more than usual. When you start preparing yourself for the life you want, you start coming into contact with people who have that same kind of lifestyle that you possibly want, that you could possibly have soon. Procrastination will defeat you, but you don't have to let it. You have to be stronger than what your mind is telling you, because the mind will always try to protect you. The mind will always try to say, okay, we could relax today. We could procrastinate. You get a couple more days to put in the work for that project. You don't got to do that right now. But if you were to do that right now, you get more time to relax. Don't let your mind trick you. So the fourth thing that is stopping you from, achieving your personal growth on your personal development journey is negative self-talk or negative opinions of others. Don't let nobody talk you out of your dreams and your goals. Don't let anybody talk you out of your dreams and your goals. People try to talk you out of things because they fear you accomplishing it, and they've never reached that level of success before, so they can't see it happening. So they try to push their negative opinions on you. Negative self-talk. What if this don't happen for me? What if the business don't work out? What if when I create content nobody watch? How you know? How you know that nobody will watch it? How you know that the business wouldn't work out if you never even try it? Stop speaking to yourself negative, because the brain doesn't know the difference between positive and negative talk. So whatever you speak to yourself, that would always be in your subconscious mind, and then you will start to believe it. This is why I always talk about affirmations as well. Affirmations is one affirmations that is on the top of my list that I say every day, and it is, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I even learned that in French, to be able to say it in French. Je suis terriblement et merveilleusement fait. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And because I tell that to myself every day, whether it was a truth or a lie, but I know I look good, so it don't matter. Whether it was a truth or a lie, I am helping my brain to remember that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So that helps to boost my confidence as well. When you talk negative to yourself, that contributes to low self-esteem, When you speak highly to yourself, when you talk to yourself positive, you end up seeing that your confidence is boosted. And when your confidence boosted, you could do things like, I don't know what it is. When your confidence is at an all-time high, you end up doing things with ease. You end up breezing through things. And I want you to talk to yourself positive, because if you only could see yourself through the lens that God sees you, you would know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You would know that you could do all things through Christ who gives you the strength. You would know that God knows the plans that he has for you. So that negative self-talk that you probably say to yourself, that can't even compare to what God thinks of you. So if God created all of us in the likeness of him, he thought so much of humans to create us in the likeness of him. Why would you talk to yourself negative? And like I tell you, don't let nobody talk you out of your goals, out of your dreams. People fear what they've never done. So of course they would talk to you negative. Of course they would tell you, oh, you can't do that. Get around people who probably do it before. Who do it what you want to do. Or watch and study people who are doing or who have achieved the level of success that you want to achieve. Man, if somebody else can do it, then I know it's possible. If somebody else was able to achieve the level of success that I want, I know it's possible. If they were able to do it, God is no respecter man. He's no respecter of man. So if he could do it for them, it's possible for me. I just need to find out the steps that took them to get it. And fifth, you talk too much. Listen, this is a big one on my list. You talk too much. Stop letting people know everything. You know what's so crazy? When people trying to guess what's going on in your life, that's the best feeling. Because they don't know nothing. When people don't know nothing about you, they assume, they talk what they think is going on. Stop telling everybody your goals. As far as I'm concerned, when you have a certain set of goals, the only person that should know what that is God. Because the Bible says that before you make your plans, bring them to God. Before you set out to do whatever it is that you plan, carry it there. Stop talking so much. And I know with a lot of people, this may be a contradicting statement. It is what it is. I don't believe in putting everything out there for people to know about. I know as humans, we want that feeling of others congratulating us and, others being happy for us. I know. I know. But deep down inside, there may be some people who ain't happy. And mind you, they may not be able to stop the blessing that God has for you. But by you talking, it could prolong the time that the blessing was supposed to come to you. Because in the midst of the blessing trying to come to you, because you talk so much, you already talk about what God showed you and what you know that you are going to accomplish, that you prolong the time. You gotta be so careful of who you sharing your goals and your plans with. Ain't everybody happy? And I ain't telling you go around thinking that everybody hating on you, because everybody ain't. But I just want you to know that to be careful of who you always sharing your goals and your dreams with. Stop talking so much. If you get a new car, you don't gotta talk every day. I remember it was one year I got my apartment, my car, and I went away. I just wrote that down inside of a book. And I didn't speak about that until probably 2-3 years after it happened. That was my prayer to God for me to get that. So if you're doing anything, if you're embarking on a new journey, if you're embarking on a new journey where you're working on yourself, you don't even have to bring that to the forefront to people. The only reason I brought my personal development journey to the forefront is because I want to help others to know that it's possible. It's possible for you to change your mindset. It's possible for you to become the best version of yourself. Other than that, I would have stayed quiet. Stop talking so much. You'll be surprised how much you could get done by just keeping your head down and not announcing everything. So this is the end of this podcast episode. If you did enjoy this episode, do go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you are new, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe on whatever streaming platform you are watching or listening on. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching the Way of Growth podcast. See you.